There has been a massacre at the Meadowlands, and let me tell you, the Eagles have clinched their playoff berth. The Eagles win 48-22, destroying the Giants in a divisional game that the Giants were supposed to play tough and play smart and scrappy. That didn't happen. Let's get straight into all this. I'm going to be all over the place with this.
You better do it. Because I've seen enough horror movies to know any weirdo wearing a mask is never friendly.
What is going on, guys? Hope everyone's having a fantastic day. I hope you're enjoying, because the other night was fantastic with yesterday was fantastic with the Philadelphia Eagles destroying the New York Giants at the Meadowlands, and it's been it's really tough to sit and say, wow, like there is a lot of things really since that Packers game. I feel like the Eagles have fixed so much. I feel like the run game, I feel like our run defense is so much better. I don't know if it's Marcus Brady, what's going on, who's helping who, is Jonathan Gannon getting some help, whatever's going on, it's working for the Philadelphia Eagles. I feel like the special teams have gotten better. That guy Ellis that's brought from practice squad the past couple weeks making tackles all over the place. I mean, it's just that good right now. Britton Covey is just playing so well. Boston Scott on kick returns, especially that one to the Giants' 35-yard line. That was great. Two really good returns from Boston Scott. When you have this team running on all cylinders on three phases of football, offense, defense, special teams, this team is unstoppable. I mean, literally, like, it's almost effortless for Jalen Hurts to make plays. Okay, effortless. 1 to 2 plays, you're in the other the other team's territory. Okay? I mean, Jalen Hurts was 21 for 31. Okay? I mean, just great. 21 completions, 217 yards. Okay? Just a fantastic day. I think he had 70-something yards rushing or something like that. Okay, 10 rushing touchdowns. We hit some milestones today, guys. We hit some milestones. And Miles Sanders hit 1,000 yards. Okay, hasn't done that since LaShawn McCoy in 2014. A.J. Brown hit 1,000 yards. Haven't done that since 2014. Jeremy Maclin. There's some cool things. Devontae Smith is not too far off. Not too far off. Jalen Hurts, as of right now, is over 3,000 passing yards and could probably get to 4,000 passing yards. This guy is the MVP. I think Mahomes threw 3 picks yesterday in one game. Really, from all of Hurts' picks, 3 for the year, Mahomes threw 3 picks, I think, yesterday afternoon, late in the afternoon, the 4:25 game, whatever it was. Okay. Even the start of this game, okay, Saquon Barkley, you got some things going on with the Giants. Saquon Barkley was like a neck injury, then he was questionable, and he wasn't even 50% healthy to even play in this game. Okay, I don't get why they played him. Did they think the Eagles would change their game plan because Barkley was activated for the game? It made really no difference. I didn't even check the stats of how many rushing yards that Saquon had. It probably wasn't even 50 yards. Probably not even that. Okay, they demolished that run. Other than I think the longest run they had was the 13-yard run with the new running back that came in for the first time. I think in the second quarter he ran like 13 yards. I think that was it. And they kind of shut it down after that. I mean, really, it was actually that good. The Eagles get on defense. They get a sack with Josh Sweat, a sack with Reddick. Reddick has 10 sacks for the year, double-digit sacks. Brandon Graham had 3 sacks today. He's at 8.5. Josh Sweat has, I think, 7.5 sacks. I'm telling you, man, Hargrave has 8. I'm telling you, you can have these defensive linemen we have 4 more games to play. These guys can get into double-digit sacks, no joke. I'm not saying all of them, but they are all close to double digits. I mean, that's really, really good. So this defensive line has totally changed. Pressure is there all game. Just constant pressure. It was great. You had Maddox back for this game. Thought the secondary played well. Not a big statement game for Bradbury. Bradbury was focused. He didn't crap talk. He didn't really give himself any attention. It just seems like he's not that type of guy. Like A.J. Brown was obviously the total opposite of that because he really wanted to get some payback. But at the end of the day, you got to win a football game. You know what I mean? Even at like the first quarter, Eagles get the 2 sacks. They stop Daniel Jones. You stop Saquon Barkley, you just pressure him all game. Then the Eagles go 14 plays down down in the first series. They're throwing to 7, 8 different targets. I mean, that's great. Distribution is a great thing. It doesn't happen every single game just because there's certain games where you're going to have you're playing better defenses, so you have certain particular matchups. But I love the distribution of the football, getting these running backs into the passing game. I've been loving that ever since really Dallas Goedert has been out. They've been getting these running backs more involved, so hopefully they keep the running backs more involved. Miles Sanders, 144 yards, I think 17 carries. I thought Boston Scott did great on special teams, and he had a touchdown at the end of the game. Gainwell had a couple good runs, nothing crazy, but I thought the rotation was really good. Miles Sanders had the bulk of the carries, which that's what we all want. Okay? Like, I think it was the Eagles haven't scored this much against the Giants at MetLife. The 48 points we scored, I think it's been like 19 years or something like that. Like, something crazy like that. They go down 14 plays. They pass a lot. They run with Miles Sanders. They get the first touchdown. Then they stop Daniel Jones on the next drive. And then really in the second quarter, because really that first quarter, they took up like all the time. The second quarter, they were hitting on a 4th and 7. And I was like, Nick was so ballsy to go for it on that play. I mean, I couldn't believe that he went on 4th and 7. I was shocked. 4th and 3, 4th and 4, I could see them going for it. 4th and 7, I was like, man, Nick is really being aggressive. And I love it because it shows confidence in his players. That deep touchdown pass to Devontae Smith. I mean, Devontae Smith would have had even a bigger day today. Okay, even a bigger day. The one where he had 1 foot out of bounds right near the 1-yard line. Like, he was so close on a couple of these catches. But still did a good job today. A.J. Brown came back with a touchdown later on. You had 6 minutes left. You had the Brandon Graham strip sack. You had the punt. Obviously, the punt that bounced off the ground for the Giants. He kicked it up. It was an illegal punt. We started out and pretty much took the ball over on their 30. It was a turnover. Literally took the ball to their 30. Literally. We gave them 15 yards of points, really, after they blocked. We were backed up into our end zone because of that, I think because of that punt. And our offense was backed up, and then all of a sudden we go punt it. Sipos ends up getting hurt. He almost gets the first down. He was actually pretty close. I was actually pretty shocked over it. And then that was pretty much it, man. Like, they had momentum. We gave them pretty much free. Like, they should have been down another 7 points because we gave them 7 points pretty easy. But I felt really good going into that second half because I was like, you know what? I wasn't even really worried about it too much because I know the Eagles are going to score. They were just doing way too much. And I love this about the Eagles offense. They don't care statistically what defenses are good at and what team they face. They will test you and they will beat you. And I love that about this team. They're not just like, yeah, they can follow the rules and they can go by statistics. Say, okay, this will work. But they're doing whatever the fuck they want on the field. Literally. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. What are they? 23? What is the Giants' defense against the run? Like 23rd, and they still ran on them. And the weather actually got worse in the second half, which is kind of crazy. Okay, got kind of nuts. And obviously there were some points that then obviously we put our backups in the fourth quarter, and it was a dominating game. A.J. Brown had a touchdown, so it was a very dominating game by the Eagles. A divisional game, which I thought would have been a little bit of a hard-fought battle from the Giants, but we just took that over, man. We really did. I'm starstruck over this team. Like, I really am. Like, it's really since that Packers game. And look, we've been good all year. But I think a lot of things have shored up. Like I said, against the run, we've been real defensively against the run. We've been really good, especially with having Linval, Dominican Sue, Jordan Davis back. It's made a huge difference. And then this is what happens. You got to bounce back. The Giants are already dealing with Wan'Dale Robinson being out. Saquon Barkley not being even 50% healthy, and really Darius Slayton is like the only receiver they have that's even capable of doing much of anything, and he has over 500 yards for the year. Shepard's not in. They have a tight end that just got back from injury. A rookie just got back from injury for this game. Like, their tackles were horrible. I mean, our defensive ends were just killing it. Their first-round pick, Neal, couldn't even get... I mean, Sweat was destroying him. It was just crazy with that Giants offensive line. Just wasn't good. So I thought it was a dominating win. It was just, man, I didn't really expect this much of a blowout. That's what I was kind of saying. You know, like, I thought in the third quarter, when we got out of the second half, we got the ball back. You know, we had some miscommunication with A.J. Brown. Hurts looked really pissed off when he looked at A.J. Brown. They were playing a lot of man-on-man coverage. Like, I don't know why. Because really, at the end of the day, like, you could double A.J., but Devontae Smith you're going to have to deal with. But what I really liked so much about it, okay, which was our tight ends did such a good job. All I've been kind of doing is complaining about Grant Calcaterra, how much he's not a good blocker, but holy crap, was I wrong about Grant Calcaterra. This tight end room is looking really good. Dallas Goedert's eligible to come back for the Bears game, but I'm telling you right now, if there's something going on to where he's not 100%, I am fine with keeping Jack Stoll and Calcaterra out there. Tyree Jackson, I'm probably not going to play him this year just because he's coming off an ACL and he's more of a project for next year. Give him another off season because he had no off season with the Eagles, not at all. He was on PUP and and went to IR and then he came back and that was pretty much it. You know what I mean? So hit the practice window probably a few weeks ago. But this was, I gotta say, man, it was good. Even coming out of the second half, like I said, the miscommunication with A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts, we started the bend, don't break defense. It started to happen again, and literally the Giants scored on us pretty easily. We were just trying to waste as much time. I get what Gannon's doing. You know what I mean? But, man, they scored a lot of points on the board. I literally was, even when the Giants scored, I said, I'm not making a big deal about it. I don't care if they scored. We're scoring more points this game. Did I think it was going to go to 48 points? No, definitely not. But the defense just got after it. They got after it with Daniel Jones. Shut the run game down. Make Daniel Jones pass. I mean, look, because Daniel Jones has done so well this year, even early, okay, when the Giants were on that roll before all these injuries came about, there's really not much that Daniel Jones is working with. So if you take out Slayton, Kenny Galladay's getting paid way too much money. They don't have anybody else, you know what I mean? So they don't have anybody. There's no weapons offensively. Saquon Barkley was their last shot at trying to produce. But he wasn't even 50% healthy to be in this game. I think the Giants thought that the Eagles, like, if we activate Saquon Barkley, the Eagles are going to change up their game plan. They're going to be too cautious and change up too much. And they didn't. They said, well, we don't care. We're going to run down your throat. Pause. But we're going to pass it when you think we're not expecting it. I mean, we're going to do whatever we want, at the end of the day. Because that's what good teams do. Like, this team literally is tested. Like, they will test you. And I love it. I love that they're not afraid. I love it that they go for it on 4th and 8, 4th and 7, which, I was kind of like too much at that point. I was like, dude, like, you got to relax. But that's the confidence that this head coach has in these players, and it's been that great. Jalen Hurts is just playing fantastic. It's just crazy. Like, you're up 3 touchdowns, literally. Hurts is sitting on the sideline, serious as serious can be. I mean, still not even celebrating a little bit. Did a little thing with A.J. Brown on the sideline, but back to business when he gets to that bench. I mean, really, that's pretty much what's been going on. So happy, passing of the torch, new 1,000-yard rusher, new 1,000-yard receiver. We're going to have multiple double-digit sack leaders. I think Reddick is the first player. I think 3 straight years of double-digit sacks, 3 different systems. Maybe not 3 straight. Maybe not 3 straight years. I think it might be 3 consecutive years. I'm not sure. But A.J. Brown, 10th touchdown of the season. Miles Sanders, 10th touchdown of the season. Jalen Hurts, 10th rushing touchdown of the season. So it's special. It's really special, guys. You know what I mean? So what we got out of this injury-wise is probably something we need to talk about later on this week, which will be a question. And that will be Reed Blankenship. That looked like it was a non-contact injury. Looks like it is an ACL. I don't know yet. By the time you see this, you might hear differently. But it was a knee injury, and it's probably not good, which really sucks because Reed Blankenship, man, that guy, as soon as he took over for Chauncey, he's been doing a really good job. Kevon Wallace, bit on a play action pretty bad in this game, where really the Giants were really throwing downfield at that point. Really one of the reasons why they scored. You know what I mean? Giving up a big reception like that and biting on a fake, and that's what happens. He's not a great player. Kevon Wallace has done good the past couple weeks. I'll give respect where respect is due because he has done a good job. Okay, I think Kevon Wallace has made plays in special teams, not just special teams, but as a safety as well. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna trash him or anything like that, but I'm just not a fan. I don't think he's the future. I don't think I don't think the Eagles sit right now and say, okay, Kevon Wallace, it's your job. No, I think they're gonna add a body this week if this Reed Blankenship thing is actually that bad. I'm not worried about. I'm not really worried about Sipos. If Sipos is out, you can always get a punter. It's not impossible. You can always get a punter. You know what I mean? I'm not worried about getting another punter. They'll find the right punter that they like. Okay, they're gonna try some punters out if Sipos' injury is really bad. I mean, they had Jake Elliott kick a punt in this game, and it actually went pretty damn well. I can't lie. They had Britton Covey holding as a holder for field goal or extra point, which was good. Apparently, Covey has a lot of experience with that in high school, which he hasn't done in a long time. But you know what I mean? So you always got to be careful with that. But Eagles are always finding ways to win football games and dominate football games. But like I said, there's definitely, since that Packers game, a lot of changes. The past couple weeks have been pretty damn good when it comes to, obviously, we wanted to kind of get rid of those penalties from last week in the first half. Was kind of too much. One penalty for the Philadelphia Eagles this whole entire game. One penalty. So that's a really good thing. But other than that, Eagles clinch playoffs. Okay? But it's not the end of the road, guys. This is the least of our worries right now. You get into the playoffs, great, but now it's all about seeding. It's all about the division. It's all about making sure, the Vikings lost, which was good. They lost against Detroit, so that's going to help. That puts them 2.5 games behind, which is a great thing. Gives us a little bit more breathing room for that first seed. And really, everything's going to come down to that Christmas Eve game going down the road. So, got the Bears, get them out of the way, and then get ready for another divisional game, which could pretty much be everything. Everything could be done by that point. So, other than that, guys, that's it. What did you like about the game? Not like about the game? I can't say one bad thing about this game. If I was to nitpick and say there's one bad thing about this game, it was those long screen passes to Devontae Smith, Arquez. Those screen passes you're throwing all the way to the sideline to the receiver. By the time the block comes, he's already getting tackled. Yeah, those screen passes are horrible. I still don't know why they haven't really used it in a while, but they're using it for some weird reason. I have no idea why. Still trying to figure it out. But overall, they did a great job. Fantastic job. Couldn't be any happier. I need to wind down. Gonna enjoy this win tomorrow and do my thing. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys thought about the game. Just in general, how do you feel about 1,000-yard rusher, 1,000-yard wide receiver in AJ Brown? Just what we got out of this whole thing was just so great, and it happened in the same game, which is good for all that to happen. So, other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. I will see you guys on the next one. SHAKESQUAD up, follow us. Peace out, guys. Peace.